Hi, Moon and Virgo. So, Moon and Virgo, how are you doing? Let's have a look at what messages we have for Moon and Virgo to do with this upcoming eclipse. Moon and Virgo. Moon and Virgo, please. What would we like to tell Moon and Virgo right now? Okay, Moon and Virgo. So I can see that you're at a point where you feel a little bit like life feels a little bit against you at the moment. You feel like there's a lot going on. It feels a little bit intense. It feels you're finding it kind of difficult to see where you're going in life and to trust the process. You know what I mean? Like life feels like it's kind of been coming down on you. Don't worry, there's plenty to talk about here. I'm just talking about the energy that surrounds you at the moment. I do feel like you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, like it's scared to see the future, and you don't know which way to go. But like there's only one major arcana on the table, and these are not them. So these are just energies that are just coming in to say hello. They're not fun, but they're not going to stick around. Because don't worry, there's more positive messages here. I do just want to say, I can see that you're having a hard time. I can see you're feeling a bit lost, don't know how to move forward, not sure where to go, and you're not even feeling like you're in control of what's going on around you at the moment. You're like life is chaotic. I don't know what to do. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. So the reason this is all coming through right now in this reading is because what's happening at the moment is, I don't like to say we're being tested, but that's kind of what it feels like for you at the moment, and what it is like at the moment you're just in a pause energy, and part of this pause energy is because, this is the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man has intentionally hung himself upside down from a tree. He's done it intentionally in order to change the perspective that she's been carrying around for a long time. You know what I mean? So the Hanged Woman is all about changing your perspective. It's about changing how you view things. And so what's really going on here is you're feeling very stuck in the mud, because I feel like you feel very trapped in the 3D at the moment. So the 3D is getting to you and it's bringing you down. I totally understand that. Saturn and Uranus have been very busy. They've been in a big square for over a year now. They're very intense energies, and anytime Saturn is very active in the sky, it feels like the 3D is crashing in on our lives. You know what I mean? It all feels uber reality, which kind of makes us forget that actually we're extremely spiritual beings. We're not even human. We're just, we're sparks of God that are having a human experience. We're powerful, we're magical, we're interesting and vibrant, we're energy, we're consciousness, we're many, many, many other things. We're not actually even of this planet. However, we are here. We did agree to come here, and we do have, life to live as we are here. So the reason I'm saying all this is because I feel like for you, what your highest self is saying to you now, Moon and Virgo, is that, you have all this creative, abundant, powerful energy, but you're not kind of letting it out. You're almost hiding from what it is you want to do. You're hiding from your reality because you're overwhelmed as to what's going on in the world. The fact of the matter is, if you're feeling overwhelmed by what's going on in the world, we have to take responsibility for what we're doing then. And the reason I'm saying that is because if you're watching too much TV, and if you're watching the news too often, if you're reading the newspapers, we have to accept that if we're, drowning ourselves in all this negative, especially words have a lot of power. That's how we communicate. Communication is we are the only beings on this planet that do communicate using actual words. I know animals use telepathy and whatnot. I'm not saying they don't, but communication is an extremely important tool that our species has, so we have to be very careful about the type of communication we're letting into our lives. So, spending too much time on blue screens, not eating well enough, not spending time in nature, these are all things that, make us feel like we're removed from our connection with God. The fact of the matter is we're never removed from our connection with God. But what the tarot is saying is maybe you need to look at a few habits that need to go, and a few, I don't really want to say addictions, but for some people watching this video, it will be about addictions that need to go. They hold you back. They're dampening your spirits. That these bad habits are not working for you, so they kind of need to go. And the other thing then is that the tarot is saying really, you have this, you're a highly instinctual being. you know, you're actually quite powerful. You're very vibrant when you're switched on, which is why some of these patterns or behaviors that are holding you back do need to go, because like they are affecting your vibrancy, they're affecting your vibe, they're affecting how you can go about life, because they like make you feel flat and they drain your energy, you know what I mean? So this is why you feel paused at the moment. Like this new beginning wants to rush in for you. This new beginning is waiting for you, Moon in Virgo. But, you know, you're kind of like dampening it with this fear. And like, I hate to make it sound like I'm blaming you for the level of fear, because I know that this can seem like a very oppressive and very scary place to live. I know that. But the fact is, we do need to take responsibility, and you are being asked to take a certain level of responsibility with regards to the changes that need to be made in your life to help you feel better. Because once we start to pour that kind of love into ourselves, where we really start to be honest with ourselves and say, you know what, I need to eat much better food, I need to start a healthier sleep pattern, like I need to up level now because I'm a sensitive person. You need to up level into being a person who looks after themselves. You know, the outer world, our outer world will start to reflect it back to us, and things will start getting better. You know what I mean? Slowly but surely. And like the fact of the matter is, this new beginning wants to rush into for you. It's not that it's on hold because you're not being punished. It's nothing like that. It's just the changes do need to be made. And we have a very important portal coming up. This portal is the eclipse, full lunar eclipse. So we're right in the middle of eclipse season now, and the eclipse season lasts from 3 to 6 months. It's at least 100 days, you know, around the time of the eclipse. So it's not that these things need to happen over a 3-day period or you've lost the portal. That's not the way at all. You know what I mean? We just need to open ourselves up to the energies, open ourselves up to these changes that need to be made. You know, do it with love as well. Like I'm not saying like you need to start, you know, beating yourself up. Oh, I'm not good enough, and oh, I need to do this, and then go on really strict diet regime, or really strict, you know, I was doing no exercise and now I'm going to exercise 2 hours a day, 7 days a week. Like that's crazy as well, you know. It's all about like moderate steps. But the thing is about the eclipses is they're an excellent time to change, and they're an excellent time to leave behind behaviors that we want to, because what we tend to lose during an eclipse tends to stay lost. So it can be a very good time to start new habits, to leave things go, to write letters to ourselves saying, you know what, dear me, I love me, and I'm going to leave this behind because it doesn't work for me anymore. I want to be this vibrant being. I want to be in this really positive, you know, energy that allows me to attract what it is I want in my life and attract what it is that's good for me. But I have to be in a high vibe state in order to bring this high vibe energy towards my life. I'm not saying high vibe all the time. That's not realistic. We all ebb and flow. But when we are proactively doing things that damage our energy, then there is no ebb and flow, because we're keeping ourselves very low all of the time, you know. So we do have to allow for our nature to be feeling good in order for our vibe to rise naturally. You know what I mean? Like all of this, like the universe does bless us, the universe does come towards us, but we have to be in a receptive state, and we have to be looking after ourselves and allowing this energy to come into us. And the way we allow it is by looking after ourselves. So, you know, so this high vibe energy like really does want to rush into your life. I promise you that. You know what I mean? I mean, for some of you, it might be a relationship that you need to let go of. It might be a person you need to let go of. It could be, you know, it could be, for a lot of you, it is something to do with a blue screen addiction. So it can be porn, it can be shopping, it can just be spending 6 hours a day watching reels on Instagram. Like all of these things are not good for us. You know what I mean? And like we do have to accept that, because the fact of the matter is, like, whatever this new energy is for you, it's much more interesting. You're going to be so much happier. You know what I mean? You're going to be feeling so much more confident. You're going to be feeling so much more vibrant. Like there's just this really high vibe energy of like new beginnings, like that want to rush into you, you know. Yeah. The thing is as well, you know, when we get stuck in patterns that aren't working for us, it becomes about self-blame then as well. Like, so something isn't working for us, so there's the negative aspect of that, and then we start giving out to ourselves and using all these negative words, and why am I failing, and why am I this, and why am I that. You know, we all came here to this planet to overcome things, and we're human at this moment, and we are supposed to make mistakes. Like that's what this planet is about, making mistakes, learning from them, getting back up, dusting ourselves off. Like that's the hard part about life. And I feel like that's where you are now. You're being asked to pick yourself up and dust yourself off again. I know it's hard to start again, and that's sometimes what life feels like. You're like, seriously, do I actually have to do this again? Like, this is exhausting. But you know, you are being asked to. I will say this, if at this exact moment you are feeling exhausted, like, I don't even say it, Tarot of London, because I'm super tired, I don't want to hear it, like, then rest. You know what I mean? Like I've said, the eclipse energy, it's long portal energy. There's no rush. There's nothing. It's not about panicking. It's not about freaking out. If you're tired, rest. But even that has self-love in it. There's resting. You know what I mean? So long as you're eating well and sleeping well. You know what I mean? We do have to look after ourselves, guys. We do have to, so that we can have the energy to go after what we want. Like, that's the whole point about this new vibe that wants to rush in. It is about going after the life that you want then. It's about creating what you want. You know what I mean? Yeah. And if you let go of whatever it is that's not working for you, then you'll be able to see the future a bit more clearly, or it's even see the hope of the future. Like, nobody sees the future. Even tarot card readers, we don't get all the answers. Nobody gets all the answers. Life is a mystery. We have to trust the process. We have to learn to trust ourselves, trust the universe, you know, to meet us halfway. And then we need to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and go along our way. You know what I mean? Trusting that the universe will bring to us what we need, trusting that we will have the energy and we will find the right things at the right time to help us. You know what I mean? So Moon in Virgo, that was your reading. I am available for private readings. I do video readings over WhatsApp and video call readings over WhatsApp and Skype. I don't do video readings and I don't do email readings. I prefer to speak to people. We could even just do a phone call if you don't like to be on video, but I think it's nice that people see the cards. But it's up to you. I am also available for in-person readings in London and around Ireland. So please feel free to contact me. All of my details will be in the links below in the description box. And okay, Moon in Virgo, I wish you a beautiful day. I wish you peace and love.